What's up, everyone? Back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another beer from the Stone Brewing Company, and they're out of both Escondido, California and Richmond, Virginia, and this is their Enjoy By 04.20.23 Hazy IPA. So this is an Imperial Hazy IPA that comes in at 9% alcohol by volume, 50 IBUs, and at the time of review, this can is just over 5 weeks old. So we have another beer within their Enjoy By series. The last one I reviewed from them was their Enjoy By, I think it was 7/4/2022, and it was tangerine and pineapple. And I really enjoyed what they did with that beer in terms of how the fruit played with the base beer. And this one, for some reason, maybe it's the date, I feel it's going to have like a dank, herbaceous kind of vibe to it. Now, the hops they're featuring in this one are Rakau and Citra, and this is one of the few beers from Stone where they don't put an entire book on the side of the label. It just says brewed to be enjoyed, blazingly fresh. So the whole date is when you have to enjoy it by, and by the time I post this review, you have about a month to grab this and enjoy it by the date they have listed on the can. So anyway, we'll crack this one open, get into the glass, and see what we got. I don't know appearance-wise how this is going to look. I feel like it's going to be like an older school kind of like West Coast IPA that's hazy. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe a bit lighter than that. I don't know. We'll see how this plays out when I pour it in. So I poured the entire can, and yeah, so it kind of looks like that, honestly. It might be a little bit darker on camera, but in person, that looks like an old school, like West Coast IPA that's hazy. So it has this really, in person, on camera, it's gonna be more dull and darker, but in person has this bright, vibrant honey orange color. Has about a finger and a half of this off-white, super compact looking head. And yeah, it's gentle. There's a gentle haze. Like I can see my hand a little bit, like the shadow, but I can't see completely through it. There's a gentle haze, and it kind of plays the role for what I'm looking for out of a hazy IPA from a bigger craft brewery. Although, Stone, is there craft anymore? Probably not, man. Okay. So it kind of smells, honestly, like one of those new school West Coast IPAs where it's like, I get like a bready malt, there's orange, it's zesty, it's juicy, and then there's a little bit of like a pineapple, mango, slight dank herbaceous kind of quality to it. It smells pretty damn good. It smells like a really good Imperial West Coast IPA that has some haze to it. That's what I'm smelling. This doesn't, they put Hazy IPA on here. The thing is there's New England style and then there's hazy, right? This isn't New England style. This is just hazy. It is hazy, right? It's Hazy IPA. But it has characters in the nose that are more of like a West Coast vibe to it with some new school influences. It smells pretty freaking good, though. Let's get into it. Cheers, everyone. Wow, there's a really nice firm bitterness to this. First thing that hits me. So I feel like, yeah, firm, really resinous pine, resinous, earthy kind of finish. It's not really, I'm not getting like a huge dankness out of this one like I expected. The body's higher side of medium body, which is 9%. That's nice. The mouthfeel, it's old school. It's moderately carbonated, very spritzy on the tongue. It's smooth, but it's not creamy. It's not soft like a lot of hazies or New England styles would be. The taste, up front, a lot of citrus. Orange, grapefruit, tangerine, zesty, rindy, pithy. Passes through. There's a little bit of that bready malt that hits and dives underneath the palate. And then I get a pop of the sweeter, juicier, like tropical fruits like mango, pineapple, maybe like a peach. They're not substantial in here though. This one finishes with a very firm, again, piney, earthy bitterness. There's a little bit of that herbaceousness, a touch of the dankness, but it's more of a piney, earthy quality. Shout out to Sun Pump. Doing work lately. What I love about this is it's 9%, a little bit of warming chest, nothing outside of that. Stone and a lot of these big beers hide the alcohol extremely well. This, again, if I was doing this blind, I would think, despite the look of it, this is a West Coast IPA that's hazy. A West Coast double IPA that's hazy, West Coast Imperial IPA, whatever you want to call it. Because that's what I'm getting. There's some new school influences to this one, but this is like 80% of its core is a West Coast double IPA. And it's pretty fucking delicious. If you're looking for a 9% Imperial West Coast IPA that's a little bit hazy and hits those notes, hides the alcohol, and you like a firm bitterness, this is you all day. I'm actually enjoying this. As I mentioned, over the past year, maybe year and a half, my palate has started to kind of want more bitterness and less sweetness. This has a nice sweet kind of malty upfront feeling to it, but this definitely finishes dry and it's building on the palate. This is moderately, maybe a touch over moderately bitter. Very easy to drink at 9%. Like, this is really good. Not my favorite from them, but as far as an Enjoy By beer, like, they're 2 for 2 of the ones I've reviewed recently. That Enjoy By 04.20.23 Tangerine and Pineapple was really good, and this is another one that's really good. So Stone Enjoy By 04.20.23 Hazy IPA. I have no issues giving this a low 4.25 out of 5, but 4.2 out of 5. This is kind of what I expected to some degree, but not exactly. I thought it would be more dank and herbaceous and kind of like in your face with that. But, you know, it's a mirage. This beer is good though. So price point availability, I think these were like $18 a 6-pack, typical going price for the Enjoy By series. These are 9%, a lot, most of them I think at this point. Maybe they always were, I don't, but they're typically 9%. And for $3 a can for a 9% beer like this, like, you can't really go wrong. And availability is Stone, wherever you get Stone product in most states at this point in the US, you should be able to find this one hopefully before the Enjoy By date. Like I said, I'm probably going to post this about a month away from the Enjoy By date. So if you see the review and you want to pick it up, it's drinking extremely well right now. And in the next couple weeks, I'm sure it'll hold up. So if you've had this one before, post in the comment section. Let me know what you think about it. It's really damn good. Hides the alcohol well. And just reminds me of classic West Coast Imperial IPAs, but with a little bit of a different look to it. That's the key thing, is like it has a gentle haze to it. So anyway, appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. To the next one. Cheers.